Hola, gypsies. Hello, everyone. Gipsy Dean is back after more than a month. Yes, I have not been thinking about my video channel lately. Well, anyway, it's time for me to say adios, Asia. That's right. I have left Asia, Southeast Asia. I doubt if I'll ever return. Well, after 3 trips to Southeast Asia, I have decided that I've enjoyed many aspects of Vietnam and Thailand, but there are things that made me decide to leave. The people overall are very polite and kind, except when they're driving. I appreciated the beauty of the Buddhist temples and the gardens, and living there can be very cheap. But as always, sometimes you get what you pay for. People talk about the food. Well, you can eat cheap, that's for sure. But it gets old eating on the budget level. Sure, one could have a light meal for as little as $1, but you will quickly tire of this kind of food. Imagine just a plain chicken and a leg and a scoop of rice. That's what you get for $1. And they might give you a glass of tea. But it just that's the way it is. In Thailand, the food is better than Vietnam because I like curry, and the food's more flavorful, and the rice is better. But still, there's not a lot of variety on the budget level. I mean, there's like 5 or 6 different things, and then most of the restaurants have the same thing. It's Thai food. Thai people like it. In Vietnam, it's all about simple noodle dishes. What they do is these little eateries, they get fresh noodles that are delivered to them daily, and they have a big pot, and usually they'll have it's divided, and one part of it is hot water for cooking the noodles, and the other part is the broth, the flavor. So they take the amount of noodles that they are going to give you, and they, in a wire basket, they dip it into the side where the hot water is, for maybe 30 seconds or so, to warm them up, because they're already ready to eat. Then they put it in a bowl, and then they take a scoop of the broth and put it on top of the noodles, along with some meat and very few vegetables, chopped green onions, and things like that. And that's what it is. They have 3 basic types of noodles. Pho is the main one. First time I went to Vietnam, I see that PHO. I thought it was pho, but no, with the accent mark, it's pho. Well, one could really live on $5 a day eating out, but I'm telling you, it would get old very quick. And you can have Western food, but at almost Western prices. It's no real bargain. In Da Nang, Vietnam, there are more Korean and Indian restaurants than there are Vietnamese restaurants. Oh, sure, there's plenty of Vietnamese eateries, but those are just simple eateries for budget travelers and for the Vietnamese themselves. They don't mind eating the same stuff all the time. I do. And other things is night markets. That's not good places to eat, night markets. Uh, Vietnam and Thailand too, they need to come up a long way in hygiene. Now, if you want to get food poisoning and you don't care about things like that, well, take your chances. I mean, the Vietnamese and Thai people, they are accustomed to the type of bacteria that's in their food. And travelers get accustomed to that too. After a case or two of diarrhea, well, In Vietnam, for a country that grows so much rice, they're not the number three or four largest rice producers in the world. The rice there really sucks. Ah, it's all sticky rice. It's that way so they can eat it with chopsticks. And the fried rice is not good either. Well, back during the war years, they had to sell all the good rice to earn money. And the people ate was the broken rice, the low grade rice. Well, they became accustomed to that, so that's what they eat now. And so the fried rice is made with this mostly broken rice, and it's not that good. It's just not. Rice is much better in Thailand. Thai jasmine rice. Oh. And the Vietnamese rice, there's several different grades of rice. And I bought even the best grade, and I was not successful cooking the rice loose and flaky the way I like it, the way it's served in most Western countries. Well, the supermarkets and mercados in Thailand and Vietnam, they have almost everything a person could need. The meats, the beef is not quite what we're used to, but everything else is pretty good, you know. And so you might want to cook for yourself. I cooked all my own breakfasts and most of my dinners, but I always ate lunch out because it was so cheap and easy, and I like getting out. Well, the food. So the people that rave about the food in Vietnam, they're just they don't know what they're talking about. It's people that been there for a week, couple of weeks on vacation or traveling through, making their videos. They didn't live there, so they weren't having the same stuff every day like Vietnamese do or budget travelers do. I mean, there's like five different things you could have: noodles, chicken with rice, and a couple other things, some salads. They actually have pretty good vegetarian food there too. So if you're a vegetarian, I think you'll be happier there. Although you still have to deal with the rice. Well, I cooked. The language barrier is number two. That's the second big reason why I decided to leave. In Thailand, the writing is not with letters. When you see signs everywhere, they're in this kind of a symbolic writing of some sort. I don't know how to describe it, but you can't read heads and tails of it. And in Vietnam, they use letters, but there's all these accent marks over the letters because Vietnamese is a real tonal language. One word can mean various things depending on the tone of voice and the nasal sounds you make with it. It's crazy. And it gets old really fast listening to people squawking. That's what I call it. To learn the language is too much of a challenge for most people, especially older people. English is only spoken where tourists go, and those places are always more expensive. You go into a locals restaurant, and you will not find a bilingual menu usually. They might have pictures of food on the wall if you're lucky, but there won't. They usually don't have bilingual menus, and nobody in that restaurant speaks English that works there. And some of the words that they'll have of the foods, you will not be able to translate with your Google Translate because they're local words. And so the language barrier, it gets old using. I mean, you can use your Google Translate, and you can accomplish many basic things. But if you want to have a conversation with people, that's not the way to do it. You know, but in Asia, you can go to the Philippine Islands where English is widely spoken, and also in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. It's a tri trilingual country. They speak Malay, Chinese, Indian, and Indian people, they speak a lot of English. So if you want to be at a place where you can speak with the locals, Philippines is your best bet. Okay, well, that's the language barrier. Then, number three, the biggie, is the heat and humidity. Oh, 9 months out of the year, it's hot, baby. It's hot and humid. You know, and, and after a while, what do? You can go to the beach every day, and that's fine. But that gets kind of boring, although I enjoyed looking at the tourist women in their bikinis. You won't see Vietnamese women out on the beach in bikinis. The Vietnamese only go to the beach in the late afternoon or early morning for exercise. Yeah, they go in the late afternoon when the sun goes down, and in Da Nang and other cities like Nha Trang, there's a lot of high rise hotels across the street from the beach. And so the sun goes down after two or three, it casts a shadow on the beach. And so it's not as hot. And so that's when the Vietnamese start coming out, especially around 5 o'clock. And they'll be hanging out until dark. So that's the beach scene. And, after you've seen all the sights there, there's not much else to do except for go to the beach. I mean, well, you can hang out at the markets or something, and have to go to the local markets and buy food, which is a good place to buy your fresh vegetables and fruits and fish, chicken too. But I wouldn't buy beef in the local markets or pork. You see the meat hang out there in the open, flies around. I mean, it's not good hygiene. It's not really the way I want to buy my food. Okay, yeah, and so for people over 60 like me, you don't have a lot of company. There are some retirees that hang out in Vietnam, in Da Nang, Nha Trang, Ho Chi Minh City, and Hanoi, but there's not many. And so the reality is, most of the people that live there are digital nomads or remote workers. They're people in their mid to late 20s until mid to late 30s, basically. So people over 60, well, there's just a small group of them. And, well, not in Da Nang, there's one or two restaurants that they'll hang out at. One called Happy Hearts, a nice place. And they go there for breakfast usually and maybe lunch. And the place is closed in the evening. Yeah, in the evenings, most of the entertainment is for younger people. There's not much for older people. There's one or two places where they can have a variety of music, some jazz, and which is cool, and instrumental music or music sung in English. So anyway, I've decided the place for me is back in Latin America. That's where I am now. I'm in Colombia. I speak Spanish very well, and you can have any climate you want in Latin America in most places. If you don't like the hot weather, you go up the higher elevations, where I'm at now at almost 6,000 feet. If you like the beach, oh, there's plenty of beaches. And it is hot and humid at the beaches, especially in Colombia and in southern Mexico. But in the winter, the beaches are perfect in Mexico and Central America. Temperature is really good. So that's it. That's why I'm saying adios to Asia. I've been there 3 times, and I liked it, but it's not a place where I want to stay all the time. Well, because I won't be in Southeast Asia anymore, I have decided to discontinue my channel, Gipsy Dean Southeast Asia. But my other channel, Gypsy Traveler, will keep on going. That's right. I'm going to keep on going and keep on making videos of Latin America and my other travels. Might not be as quite as frequent, but I'm going to keep on keeping on. So I invite everyone that was on Gipsy Dean, Southeast Asia, to now subscribe to Gypsy Traveler. I'm going to keep Gipsy Dean, Southeast Asia, up online, but there will be no more new videos. And my channel, Gypsy Traveler, has all the videos I made in Thailand and Vietnam also, plus all the other videos I've made in my other travels. So please stay tuned, subscribe to Gypsy Traveler. And now I can say, hasta la próxima, Gypsies, and thank everyone for viewing Gipsy Dean, Southeast Asia. Loyal viewers, please subscribe to Gypsy Traveler. Okay, amigos, bye.